Hey everyone, Kai here. In this video, I will be explaining the basics of chemical bonding between atoms. There are three types of chemical bonding: ionic, covalent, and metallic. Note that all these types of bonding depend on the amount of valence electrons an atom has. The first type of bonding I will be discussing is ionic bonding. Ionic bonding is usually performed by a metal and a nonmetal atom to form a compound. Let's take a metal like sodium and A that has one valence electron, and a halogen like chlorine, Cl, that has 7 valence electrons. We should already know that atoms are most reactive when they are closer to reach a stable amount of valence electrons. This means that the reactive elements are electronegative and are in the need for an electron. In chlorine's case, chlorine has 7 out of 8 valence electrons. Sodium is electron affinitive, which means that it doesn't need an electron. Most metals are electron affinitive. When sodium and chlorine react, sodium will give its electron to chlorine. Now, because both of these atoms have opposite charges, they will stick together and form a compound, sodium chloride. Covalent bonding is a little trickier to understand than ionic bonding. Covalent bonding can only be performed by nonmetals. When the nonmetals combine, they form molecules. Instead of passing an electron from one atom to another, covalent bonding, like in the word itself, means that atoms connect and share the same electrons between each other. The best example for this is H2O. Oxygen has 6 out of 8 valence electrons, and both hydrogens each possess 1 valence electron. When these atoms interact with each other, these pathways or bonds are formed. Each bond represents 2 valence electrons that both atoms share. Sometimes there can be double or even triple bonds, which are stronger than single bonds. Now that oxygen has the balanced 8 valence electrons, and both hydrogens have 2 valence electrons, this is a successful covalent bond. The last type of bond I will be talking about is metallic bonding. Metallic bonding is fairly simple. Like in the name, metallic bonding is the bonding of strictly metals within the periodic table. Any metal atom is able to group up with each other and donate electrons into this rather large pool, which is usually referred to as a sea of electrons. Let me draw it out. So here are the metal atoms. And here are the negatively charged electrons. These electrons within the bonds of the metal atoms are able to move freely and this gives the standard properties of metal. They're malleable, ductile, and conduct electricity due to the connected electrons and their charge. So that's about everything you need to know about the basics of chemical bonds. I'm Kai. See you next time.